First of all, I'd just like to thank the parents for allowing your young men to participate in our programs, for all the hard work, dedication you put in for your sons, for our school, all the volunteering you do for us, especially those rocket moms out there. We really do appreciate you. Thank you. To you young men, I want to say thank you to you guys for everything you do, all the dedication, hard work you put in for Catholic Athletics. The way they represent Catholic, it's amazing. No matter where we go to play, I get people come up and I'm just amazed by your sportsmanship, your conduct, just the way you carry yourself. So we really want to thank you guys for being Catholic High School and for all that you do for our program. So thank you. Seniors especially, we miss you guys. You've been a great group, and good luck to you, young men. I want to thank next our coaches. Fellas, we're very fortunate to have the greatest coaching staff in the state. We got a tremendous group of men who are here to, dedicated to our athletes. Their main goal is to turn you guys into fine young men, and we're very fortunate to have these guys. The coaches, just want to say thank you to all you guys and all the hard work you do all the time. You're away from home. People don't realize how much you're away from your families, but I want to thank you for all that and all the work you put in. I want to thank our Booster Club folks. Every chance you get, say thanks to a Booster Club member. Leslie, for you and the ladies that helped you put this thing on, this program on every year. The video that you put together was awesome. Just want to say thank you to all the Booster Club members for all they do. The money they raise is amazing. Anytime we have equipment or uniforms, travel expenses, functions like this, our Booster Club steps up and takes charge. So if you get an opportunity, please thank all the past members, present members, members like Tom Baker, Rick Gallagher. Those guys have been members of Booster Club now for probably 40 years, and it takes a tremendous group to keep things going, and it doesn't get any better than these folks. Lastly, I'd like to thank Mr. Strace and Mr. Dempsey, Father Frederick, the administration for allowing us to do what we do, giving us what we need, the time we need, and the opportunity to do what we need to do for these young men. So I want to thank those guys, our support staff, everyone in the office, from Mrs. Finnegan, Mrs. McWilliams, who put this video together tonight. Took many, many hours, I'm sure. Mrs. Barlow, who handles all the checks and expenses and everything. Upstairs in the alumni office, you have Mrs. Berry, Mrs. Carter, Mrs. Gardner. Put in tons of hours for all of our sports programs and all the other the alumni events that take place and coincide with our sports. So just want to say thank you to all those folks. Boys, you're very lucky to have two men, especially that no other school has. Father Patrick Friend, Brother Richard Sanker. These guys, you guys have noticed they're at every football game, not just football, but every ball game, every event. They're there to pray with you, to support you. They are definitely your biggest fans. So you get a chance, fellas, just thank them, tell them you appreciate them and how much that they do for you. Okay, so good job. Thanks, guys.
The 2020 season was one that will certainly be memorable. It did not end the way that anyone expected, but it will always be one that I'll always remember. I want to start off by thanking our players, our coaches, and our parents for all their hard work and dedication to the program, making the program something that anyone associated with Catholic High can certainly be proud of. Now, I want to talk about each one of our seniors. First one is Jackson Baker. Jackson Baker was our catcher. Last 2 years, he was probably the top catcher in the conference. He's kind of the heart and soul of our team. Always brings a lot of energy, positive attitude, extremely hard worker. Does a great job handling our pitching staff. Next one was Robert Bavon. When the season was canceled, he was probably the best all-around player in the state of Arkansas. His stats were unbelievable. He His first game on the mound, he almost threw a no-hitter. The last game we played, he hit 2 home runs. He was a threat every time he was on base to steal bases and make things happen. Ryan Garrett is a guy that throughout his career battled injuries. We finally got him healthy. I think he was about to have a huge year for us, but luckily he's going to have an opportunity to continue playing baseball. We just found out this week, so very excited for him and his future. Luke Hindman, this is a guy that has been very flexible for us. He's played a lot of first base, third base, pitched, and has been one of the best hitters on the team the last 2 years. Jamie McPilly is a guy that every year he just keeps getting better and better and really established himself as one of the leaders of our pitching staff. John Vine Satterfield, this is a guy that we've moved all around the infield, finding a place to get him in the lineup because the guy can really, really hit, and been a very, very valuable member of our team the last 2 or 3 years. Grant Smithson is another guy with a lot of flexibility. He's been one of our better outfielders the last few years, and this year we moved him to first base some as well, so allowed us to do a lot of different things with our lineup because of him, and he's a guy that also works extremely hard, and he was really starting to figure it out at the plate when the season ended. And Bryce Stein, another guy that brought it every day, worked extremely hard, had put himself in a position to get a lot of playing time this year. In the first game of the season, he aggravates a hamstring injury, and that was it. But as he let me know a couple weeks ago, that he ended the season as a leading hitter on the team with a 1,000 batting average. So he was 1 for 1. So congratulations on that, Bryce. Now, on to our team awards. Our team awards were selected by the team, by the players, voted on each of these awards. Obviously, we had a very small sample size with only playing 5 games, but I told the players to also take into account what they saw at practice every day as well. Our first award is our Gold Glove Award, our top defensive player. This goes to Reese McWilliams, who did an outstanding job at shortstop in our 5 games that we played. He was also a big contributor on the mound, but just made play after play after play, some that we just flat out didn't expect anyone to be able to make. So he did an outstanding job. Honorable mention in this category was Jackson Baker behind the plate, who was our 2019 Gold Glove Award winner. Our next award is our Pitcher of the Year. This goes to Robert Bavon. Like I mentioned before, Robert in the first game on the mound almost threw a no-hitter, and he pitched in the last game of the season as well. Did an outstanding job against a very, very good Greenbrier team. In fact, projected first-round draft pick went 0 for 4 against Robert. Honorable mention in this category was Reese McWilliams, who had 3 big outings for us in a very short season. Hitter of the Year, familiar face, Robert Bavon. Robert ended the season batting a little over 600, again, 2 home runs, several stolen bases. I think he led the team in every category except for RBIs, which are honorable mention. Luke Hindman, who was our 2019 award winner, led us in that one. And, of course, Bryce Stein, hit 1,000. So he led us in that category. Our team MVP, as I mentioned before, Robert's probably the best all-around player, pitcher, defensive player, hitter, base runner. The guy had every tool that you could ask for a baseball player. And he's a great young man and was a great leader for us. Our most valuable player was Robert Bavon. And our Rocket of the Year goes to Grant Smithson. This is a guy who is a tremendous leader for us. Great attitude, did whatever the team needed him to do. And he was like that all 4 years. And this could have gone to anybody on the team or in our senior class. Really, honorable mention in this category was John Vine Satterfield and Jackson Baker. I want to wrap up by, again, thanking the class of 2020. Great group. Ryan Garrett mentioned that the only thing that could stop us from winning the state championship was COVID-19. I think he's right. Also want to thank the parents of the class of 2020. Been an absolute honor to coach your sons. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Coach Rose. I'm here to give out the awards for the freshman basketball team. Obviously, before I do so, I'd like to give a special thanks to everybody that helped. Coach Ryan Thursby, thank you so much. I know he comes over from Holy Souls, has his full teaching duties over there, and then he comes over and he's such an asset to have in the program with what he does for me and what he does for the varsity coaches. I'd like to thank the varsity coaches for their guidance and their help in certain drills and just giving me advice. That certainly helps, and it's an inspiration to the kids as well, the freshmen. And last of all, I'd like to thank the parents for everything that they do. Just making sure their kids get to and from practice on time, and just make sure that they have the lunches before the games, the snacks. It just makes my job so much easier, and I'm very appreciative for them for doing that. Our record this year was 6-10. Obviously, I don't think we got to where we wanted to get to, but in terms of the learning curve this year, how we're prepared for the next level, I think we're happy where we're at right now. So I'm excited for this group to move on. I think though they didn't have the success they wanted this year, I think they put themselves in a great position to have success in the future. It was tough coming up with 3 awards. I think this was a team which you could have given many awards to. There's inspiration all the way down the bench, but at the end of the day, we came up with the Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and an MVP. So the Offensive Player of the Year, if I could just summarize him real quick, he always brought energy, always had a smile on his face, enjoyed every minute he was with the basketball program, and I'm excited about his ability to make an impact at the next level. And the Offensive Player of the Year goes out to CJ Anakwelu. All right, so CJ, congratulations. This will be here for you whenever it's available. All right. The Defensive Player of the Year, when we think defense at Catholic High, we think most vocal. Certainly the most vocal player on the team, is very deserving of this award. And, this was also a guy that was never afraid to get in there and get with the big guys and grab the rebounds. So, rebounding and communication, those are 2 of the most essential parts in defense. So our Defensive Player of the Year goes out to Andrew Bean. Andrew, congratulations. This will be available for you when you're ready to come pick it up. And finally, our MVP. The MVP, it's just somebody that you need on the court. We couldn't afford to have this guy on the bench for very long. When he was on the bench, it was very brief. The way he just constantly gave 100% effort on the court. He led by example in doing so. He just brought energy on both sides of the court. Again, he was one of those guys who went in to get rebounds on the defensive end. He communicated. He gave us a spark we needed on offense several times. Just the main thing is he led by an example, as an MVP should. And our MVP goes out to Cole Pace. So Cole, congratulations. Again, this will be here whenever you're available to come get it. So before I close, I just want to thank everybody that had an impact this season, from the assistant coaches, the head basketball coaches at the varsity level, to the parents. Thank you for making my job easier. And again, it was such a fun year, and I couldn't have had as much of a blast as I had without all of you. Thank you.
Hey guys, Coach Isaac coming to you on behalf of the varsity and JV basketball program. I know this is a crazy way to have our sports banquet and not the way we wanted to end the year, but nevertheless, I think it's really important to hit on some high notes of the season. And first of all, I'd like to give a couple of thank yous to, number one, the parents who were involved with this year. We really appreciate all the support. I know it's not easy always having your son coached by someone else, and putting in all the time and effort that you guys have, especially the parents of the seniors who have been so supportive and awesome through the years. and have put so much time and dedication into volunteering in this program, as well as getting your kids to practice at 6 a.m. during the summer and all the other things that you guys have done behind the scenes. So I can't tell you how much I appreciate your involvement, parents, and parents of seniors. We'll really miss you guys. Once again, thank you for everything. Players, thank you. I mean, going down all the way to our managers and JV players, you can't have a program like this without complete dedication from everybody, including guys that may have never touched the floor. So I really appreciate it, players. Like I said, not just the seniors, but everybody. And a big shout out to our coaching staff. I think our coaching staff is probably the hardest working coaching staff in the state. We put in more hours than anyone else, and our assistants are a huge part of that. First of all, Coach Doan, who's been a huge asset to this program. We definitely couldn't do it without him. Coach Rose, Coach Thursby with the freshmen have done a great job. And then Coach Klein, man, what an asset Coach Klein has been to our program. I've learned so much from Coach Klein, so I appreciate that, Coach, and all the dedication that you've put in. I know you don't have to be there. That's what's awesome about that dedication, is that you're a volunteer and you've poured your heart and soul into our program, and for that I really appreciate it. I want to mention every one of the seniors here. We have 11 seniors, and if I could give an award to every one of you, I would. Unfortunately, we don't have that many awards to go around. This is the first one that comes to mind here. Jake was a manager, worked his way into a player role through unbelievably hard work, and turned into a really good player and fought for a lot of playing time on our team this year. So hats off to Jake for what you've done over the last few years. I appreciate your dedication. Nathan Johnson, 3-sport athlete, which is amazing in this day and age. He was able to be not just a 3-sport athlete, but an outstanding 3-sport athlete, and decided to come back this year to play his senior year of basketball. So Nathan, I really appreciate that. You did a great job this year, man. A couple more years of experience, and no telling what you would accomplish, but I'm just glad that you came back for this year and helped us win a lot of games. Pierce Hill, man, overcame a lot of injuries and didn't really get to finish your year. Your dedication was amazing. So Pierce, I really appreciate that. Parker Lloyd, a guy who started off the year a little bit slow, but has helped us the last couple of years and finished really strong in conference, shooting the ball well and really helping us. Gabe Racher, a guy who has grown as a person so much and as a leader, was voted a team captain, really testament to his leadership. And in spite of not getting to play as much as he probably wanted to, Gabe was amazing and a huge part of this team this year. Great leadership. And Charles Daniel. Charles obviously would have been our MVP. I think everybody knew that. And didn't even get to play this year. Blew his ACL in a practice game. So Charles, I appreciate your dedication to this program. And hope to see you play in an Arkansas jersey here in a couple of years. Warren Hurd. This is our first award. Warren, 5'7" point guard in the toughest conference in the state. Pretty amazing that you were able to accomplish what you were. Warren has the award for Guard of the Year this year. So congratulations, Warren, on being Guard of the Year. This guy, the next guy, was a guy who spread the floor against everybody we played. And a lot of times he didn't score as many points as he probably wanted to, but it was because the other team decided to take him out of the game, which opened up things for everybody else. And for the last 2 years has really been our biggest scorer, and hit an unbelievable amount of clutch shots. Hard worker, been there every day, never misses. Just the kind of guy you want on your side. And Offensive Player of the Year, Sam Hanna. Congratulations, Sam. The next award is the MVP. Man, this is a tough one. We had so many seniors who contributed so much, but the most valuable player, we split it, because I felt like the first half of the year, it it went to one guy, and then in conference it went to another guy. So the first guy, Jordan Eddington, also a two-sport athlete, couldn't have done it without Jordan. Never complained, just worked his butt off. And really proud of you, Jordan, being the MVP this year. And then the second guy is Brian Flanagan, and had an unbelievable finish to the year. It was great in conference. I think averaged something like 14 in conference, was voted all conference by our coaches in our conference this year. And I'm extremely proud of your ability to overcome kind of a struggle in the first half of the year and basically earn that position back, and then not just earn it back, but also outperform everybody on the floor just through sheer grit and determination. Brian Flanagan, MVP, congratulations. The last award, and probably the most important award, goes to the guy who's completely dedicated, our Rocket of the Year. And this guy did everything we asked all the time for 4 years. And I would love to have him back for a couple more. He led the team in rebounds at barely 6 feet, which is amazing. And just testament to his grit and determination and perseverance. And was also voted team captain, just a complete leader and a guy that I'll really miss. And that is your Rocket of the Year, Will Klein. Congratulations, Will. That's all I've got for today, man. I'm really going to miss this senior group. I'm looking forward to working with the other guys. I already miss you guys, all of you. But I'm really looking forward to the future. And you seniors have really made a lasting impact on our Rocket basketball program. So for that, thank you. And that's all I have for today.
Good evening. Our bowling coach, Mark Curley, could not be here tonight, so I'm going to present his awards for him. Our bowling team this year was very unique. We only had one returning bowler from last year's squad. We were only able to put together the minimum number of bowlers for each match, but I tell you what, the kids improved. They got better every week, and they did a great job, I thought, and improved to the point where they did very well in the conference tournament. And so congratulations to those guys and the coach for all his hard work. This year's awards for the bowling team goes as follows. Most improved bowler goes to Anthony Wood. Good job, Anthony. Anthony improved every week of the entire year and just kept getting better and better. So we look for good things from him in the future. The highest average, so a lot of times we equate that with most outstanding bowler. That goes to Andrew Jaden Orr. So Andrew's done a good job. He was the returning bowler we had, so hopefully he'll continue to get better and better, and we'll see some good things coming next year from Anthony. So congratulations once again to these young men and to the entire bowling squad. Thank you.
Hey guys, we had a good season. While we didn't bring home any hardware or anything like that, I can still say that I'm proud of the way you guys represented our school at the end of the day. One of the things about running cross country is that every day you have to be ready to deal with the unexpected. That might mean training when it's really hot or when it's raining, and that means racing sometimes in some very uncomfortable conditions. You guys showed up for every single race and ran as hard as you could without complaining, and conducted yourself always with the highest standard that we kind of expect from our athletes here at Catholic High. So like I said, it's one of those things at the end of the race, you guys can all walk away and know that you left everything out there on the course, and that's really all we ask of you. We're giving 3 awards this year. The first award goes to the newcomer of the year. This is one that we give to a freshman who just, not only does he run fast times, but he trains hard and shows a lot of potential. This year's newcomer of the year is Elias Found. The second award we're going to give out is the Team Inspiration Award, and this award is one that we give to, that athlete who just embodies everything that we're trying to accomplish with the program. The kind of runner who, with their approach to athletics, kind of inspires everybody, and it can be with words, and sometimes it's with their actions. And I think the kid we're going to give it to this year did both of those. I think coaches, teachers, I'm somebody who's coached this kid in multiple sports. I think everyone would agree that the way that he goes about his life is inspirational. And this year's Team Inspiration Award winner is Trevor Anderson. The last award is our Rocket of the Year award, and this goes to the runner who not only trains hard and leads, like some of the previous awards, but it's also the guy who gets it done when the gun goes off during the race. This year, the guy that we're going to give it to is somebody who has really embraced cross country and running, and he's squeezing every bit of talent out of himself every single year, and he still has one more year to go. This year's Rocket of the Year winner is Cannon Crochet. Done.
My name's Coach Owen. I'm the head freshman football coach. Before I go into our season, I'd like to thank Coach Rose for helping me out, and all the other coaches for assisting throughout practice and showing up and giving advice and encouragement throughout the whole season. This season was tough. We lost 4 games by fewer than 10 points. We went triple overtime to Cabot at Cabot and ended up losing that one. Took the fight to North Little Rock, and the good news is this team never gave up. They continue to fight and get better and come to practice every day to improve. They're going to be a fun group to watch for the rest of their years here. All 4 of the boys winning awards today, they did whatever was asked. All 4 of them played multiple positions. All 4 of them played on both sides of the ball, and all 4, truly just bought into the experience of Catholic High and a brotherhood. I'd like to start with our Offensive Player of the Year. Anytime a play was needed, anytime we needed a crucial first down or a big play to give us some momentum late, this kid showed up every time, just happened to find a way to be open and secure it. It was Cole Eichler. This player, I really enjoyed coaching this kid. He came in wanting to play linebacker, bought into playing defensive line, and improved his craft tremendously. He played both defensive end and D-tackle depending on the situation. Midway through the year, he also helped us out by learning how to play offensive line. So he played on both lines all game. This is Jonathan Dean. Our Rocket of the Year, this is a guy that showed up every day, really embodied what it meant to be a Catholic High Rocket, a guy that we could lean on, a guy that we knew would show up, work hard, and be prepared to know what he was supposed to do. He played key spots on both sides of the ball, and this is Colt Pace. And finally, our MVP, the guy that did it all, he played quarterback and receiver on offense. He played linebackers, a little bit of D-end on defense, and some defensive back. We leaned on this young man quite a bit, and throughout the whole process, he showed up, led the team, got the guys going, and that is Sam Sanders. Congratulations, boys.
Yes, I'd like to start out by thanking Miss Rebecca McWilliams for making this happen. She does it every year with the video, but obviously this year is a lot more important than ever to be able to connect us. That being said, to recap, the 2019 football season was one of the most successful we've had around here in about 15 years, and I think a lot of that goes to our seniors, which I'll be able to introduce them in a second. But our sophomores and juniors obviously played a big role in that as well. But the season itself is just an illustration of what high school sports are about. We had a little of everything. We had 5 games that came down to basically the last play. We won 3 of those, lost 2. We were able to, we had a big lead against Conway that we let slip away and lose the game, and experience that, turn around and be down 28 points against Van Buren in the playoffs and come back and win. And so just all those different emotions that come with high school sports these guys were experiencing. That's why we play it. There are some individual awards to recognize. The first will be we had 3 guys make All-State. Jordan Eddington, Lance Hockersmith, and Cole Black-Oaken. And that's the first time, we've had 2, most of the years 1, but again, you don't have a successful season without good players. To add to our All-State, we had 5 make All-Conference. Nathan Johnson, Brian Allsbrook, Sam Plathkin, Nick Anderlin, and Noah Perry. So, congratulations to those guys. Those were honors that were, chosen by the 7A Central Conference coaches, and well deserved. Now, for our awards, for our individual awards, you're going to hear from the other thing that makes a successful year so important are all our assistant coaches. So, to present the individual awards for the year 2019, let's hear from these assistants.
So this next award goes to the Defensive Lineman of the Year. Basically, this is a guy that when we set up a scheme during the week on how we're going to defend somebody, we always make sure we start with him first. Like, where are we going to put him first? How can he help best exploit the offensive line and do his job and anchor his spot and do exactly what he was told to do? And the way he leads by example, and people kind of build up their confidence because he's in the game with them. And when you see that kind of confidence gravitate towards a player like that, he may not have been a razzle-dazzle guy with a lot of sacks and a lot of tackles and a lot of that stuff, but every time we asked him to do something, he made sure he did it to the best of his ability. So this year's Defensive Lineman Award goes to Nick Enderlin. Great job, Nick.
Hi, I'm here to present the Defensive Back Award. It's anyone that plays behind the line of scrimmage. First of all, I'd like to thank Coach Fogelman and Mr. Straisley and everybody else for having us here. But I'm here to present the Defensive Back Award to a kid that just, from the moment he stepped on the field, you knew he was one of the best players out there, and he still continued to work hard, still continued to take coaching. He would have been a good player without any coaching. He became a great player because he desired to become one. Missed 2 games this year and still was second on the team in tackles with over 100. Had 2 pass interceptions, 4 pass breakups. If he had better hands, he'd had 6 interceptions. But the Defensive Back of the Year award goes to Lance Hockersmith. Congratulations, Lance. Good job.
Well, I'm here to award the Boom Award on defense. Really what it is about taking when you light the fuse on a rocket, and the rocket just kind of takes care of itself after that, right? And all you needed to do is just kind of get that fuse lit, and everything kind of takes care of itself. Things explode and whatnot. So that's kind of what this young man did all season. He pretty much played for us for 3 years on Friday nights. We've used him at D-line, at linebacker. Anything we've asked him to do, he just lined up and he did it without any questions. And he went from the snap to the whistle and worked very hard. And this year he amassed over 100 tackles, 106, 54 of them being solos. And he always worked from the time that the ball was snapped to the time that the whistle was blown. So this year's Boom Award goes to Cole Black-Oaken. Good job, Cole.
Awesome. So today I'm going to be presenting the Offensive Lineman of the Year Award. But first things first, I want to thank all the coaches, the assistant coaches, the seniors, and the football players who put the time and effort in to put ourselves in the best position to succeed and win. I think that showed this season. I wanted to say it was an honor to stand next to some of these coaches that I played with, Coach Cochran, Coach Boone, who made me the offensive lineman I was today and the coach I am today. This award, Offensive Lineman Award, goes to the offensive lineman who has grown tremendously over the past 2 years that I've worked with him. And over these 2 years, he began stepping into more of a leadership role. He started off as more of a kind of a class clown, kid that everyone kind of looked up to. He kind of molded himself into a role model into a leader, and he was a good guy to have for me to have that guy his senior year. He played very violently this year. Did lead to some missteps, some missed blocks, and some times on the ground. But he continued to grow, not only on the field but as a man. He dedicated to his craft and to his team, and has made a much better man for it. And I look forward to watching him at the next level. Today, I'm honored to give this year's Offensive Lineman of the Year award to Samuel Plathkin.
Our next award goes to the outstanding offensive back. This guy we could depend on and off the field. When I wasn't able to be there, when I was running late to practice, he was always the guy that set up the drills and helped lead the drills, and just was a great example for these younger guys. And I hope that they are able to emulate him in the years to come. So I want to thank him for being such a great example of what we're trying to teach here. And without further ado, our outstanding offensive back goes to Brian Osborne. Congratulations, bud.
Hey, I'm Coach Hamilton. First, I would like to thank Mr. Stracely and Coach Fogelman for allowing me to come to work here every day. It's been a really good 2 years. I'm grateful to get to come here every day, even though I don't come here every day anymore. I get to present the Rocket Award. The Rocket Award for football is for selfless contribution to the team and an outstanding attitude. We thought and discussed this for a long time and couldn't come up with one person. So we're actually giving it to two guys. They always put the team first. They organize extra workouts. They clear the field after practice. They make sure the locker room's clean. Even when we're on the road, they want to leave stuff better than we found it. They have great attitudes. They're always prepared for practice. It doesn't matter if it's after school practice, if it's Saturday practice, summer workouts, 7 a.m. workouts. They're always ready for practice. They're always building up, encouraging, and pushing their teammates to be their best. These are two outstanding young men. The Rocket Award for 2019 goes to Bryce Stein and Grant Smithson. Congratulations, guys.
I'm Coach Reeves. I'm here to present the Offensive MVP Award. First of all, I'd like to thank the administration, Mr. Stracely. Without him, I would not be here today. Without Coach Fogelman, I would put in a good word. I wouldn't be on this campus getting to do what I love to do, coach football and teach PE and health. I'd like to thank all the faculty and staff, it takes a village to raise a kid. They've all put a lot of time into these players. We don't just take the credit for everything they do. The most valuable player, when you think about that, you think about a guy that he comes to work every single day with his hard hat, and he's going to bring the tools that you need to be successful as a football team. A guy that's committed, a guy that's he's always on time. He's a leader. This guy that I'm talking about, he possesses all of these things, and he's a guy that's handles adversity very well. If you know this guy, he's probably never smiled a lot, especially on the football field. But he's never got too high, never got too low. But he was a great kid. I've known this player since he was in ninth grade. He had a lot of success in the ninth grade. He's surrounded by a lot of good players, though. Also, it's hard, with a group of kids that a lot of kids that are pretty good. It's hard to sometimes pick an MVP. But this year's MVP is going to go to Jordan Eddington. We couldn't have done a lot of things that we did without him this year. He also signed a scholarship to go to Arkansas Tech University.
Okay, one last football award. This is the Brandon Burlsworth Award, and it's a special award that the Burlsworth Foundation puts out every year. And most of you know the story, but if you don't, he was a walk-on at the University of Arkansas. He's from Harrison, and he walked on, and then he becomes like a third-round draft pick for the Colts. During rookie camp, he earns a starting job, and he goes home for a championship ceremony for the Razorbacks, but he, would never come to Arkansas without going to see his mom. And late night, he tragically died in a car accident going to see his mom in Harrison. But so the foundation has set up this award, and it represents a guy who's dedicated. It represents people who are tough. And, we had quite a few guys that qualified for this, but This year's winner of the Brandon Burlsworth Award goes to a guy who like Brandon, would show a lot of patience. As Coach Rose stated earlier, Brian Alsbrook, he patiently waited 2 years for his time, never complained. And he sat behind and watched Sammy Johnson receive most of the carries and just really excelled his senior year. So congratulations, Brian Alsbrook. All successful seasons usually has great leadership, and this senior class has not been the exception. So I'd like to recognize our seniors for the 2019 football season. Wide receiver, Robert Bavon. Grant Smithson. Nick Enderlin. Cole Black-Oaken. Jordan Eddington. Brandon Ward. Bryce Stein. Nathan Johnson. Lance Hockersmith. Jacob Pruce. Brian Alsbrook. Will Strickland. Jonathan Bournet. Caleb Shaw. Mason Lane. Preston Pierce. Matthew Schaffner. Gabriel Waddell. Sam Plathkin. Jack McGahee. Walker Giglio. Colton Counts. Alex Lucan. Zach Taylor. Sam Kaufman. Collins Olamy. And Chance Williams. Again, I want to thank the senior class. They've been a great group of leaders on and off the field. You know, we got two guys out of that group, Jack McGahee and Grant Smithson, that are on the student body. So, you know, they've been great representatives, and I know they'll do so once they leave the school. We'd like to end by thanking all these great coaches you got to hear from. You know, they're great teachers and coaches and fine examples. And go Rockets.
Fall 2019 was a great golf season. I wanted to thank Principal Stracely and Coach Izai for giving me the opportunity to coach this team. I also want to thank both Coach Bubba Clue and Coach Mike Majowski for their commitment to this team and all their help this year. I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you very much. Coach Clue, Coach Mike, and I had a great time with all of you and enjoyed coaching you this past season. We were very impressed with how supportive you were with each other. We had a lot of fun and a ton of success this season. This was a very competitive team this year. They all put in the effort to make the state team. Congratulations to those that did make the state tournament team this year. Those individuals were Nathan Johnson, Cade Riggin, William Monroe, Jake Daniel, Nash Johnson, and Andrew Payne. This team won the 6A Central Conference Championship title. Good job, guys. Overall, the team tied for first in the state tournament, but unfortunately we lost in a 2-hole playoff to Bentonville. The great thing about this is how these guys played and how they fought back. After the first day, we were 10 strokes down and came back in the second day to tie Bentonville for first. We were so proud of you guys and how you battled back. So we finished second out of 16 teams in the state tournament, which is fantastic. Congratulations. Jake Daniel and Nash Johnson made 6A All-Conference. Those that made 6A All-State were Jake Daniel, Nash Johnson, Cade Riggin, and Nathan Johnson. Other success throughout the season, we finished first in 6 tournaments or matches, first place at our tournament at Repsman, second at Mountain Home, which was one of the largest high school tournaments in the state, second place at the North Little Rock Invitational at the Greens at North Hills, second place finish at the Fayetteville Invitational, a couple of JV first place finishes as well. We had a lot of fun. It was a great time. Now at this time, I'd like to award the most valuable golfer. We had 2 recipients this year. This year's most valuable golfer award goes to Nash Johnson and Cade Riggin. Nash made 6A All-Conference and All-State. Nash finished tied for 8th in the state tournament, tied for 7th at the Cabot Invitational, and 9th at Fayetteville. Cade made 6A All-State and also finished tied for 8th at the 6A state tournament. First at the PA tournament at Chenal, 7th at Mountain Home, 3rd at PA tournament at PV. Congratulations, Cade and Nash. The second award that I would like to give out will be for Rocket of the Year in Golf. This young man exemplified the true meaning of being a great teammate. He was always there for his teammates. He was always willing to help out and always did what we asked of him. His positive attitude and mindset made coaching him even more enjoyable. I can't say enough about this individual. He had a phenomenal year on and off the course. His leadership, integrity, and passion for the game were always on full display. This year's award goes to William Monroe. Congratulations, William. We're looking forward to competing for a title next year. Thanks again, guys. God bless.
Greetings, Rocket Nation. I'm Todd Oliver, head coach of the lacrosse team. What a blunt ending to our season. Like all the coaches, I feel terrible for our players and parents, especially our seniors. But despite the short season, we did great things on the field, and we'd like to honor 4 great student athletes for their hard work and outstanding play. The first award will be for outstanding offensive play, and Coach Bear Gibbs, class of 15, will announce.
I wanted to congratulate Banquet as Offensive Player of the Year. Sadly, our season was cut short. However, Ben showed a tremendous drive to get better and win. Even on the most unique practice schedule, he came ready to play lacrosse.
Thanks, Coach, and good job, Ben. And Ben, good luck in the future. We're really going to miss you. Up next, Outstanding Defensive Player, announced by Coach Tyler Oliver, class of 15.
This year's Best Defensive Player award goes to Tatum Howard. The only thing he could not guard Catholic High from was a worldwide pandemic.
Thanks, Coach. And Tatum, congrats to you. You deserved it. You dominated all season long. You're a great defenseman. You're a great leader, great team captain. You got a great future ahead of you. Next up is the Outstanding Player. This award is given out for outstanding work and play during the preseason, during all the practices, and during the games. Announcing the award will be Coach Kevin Pruitt.
This year's award for Outstanding Player.
Ooh, sorry about those technical difficulties. Great job, Aiden. Great job this year. You're a true warrior. Way to go. The final award is the Mr. Rocket Award, given to the player who displays the Catholic high spirit as a leader in the classroom and on the field. This year's award goes to an athlete new to the game of lacrosse. He picked up a stick in January, learned the game in a couple of weeks, and dominated on the field in February and March. If we only had a full season. Congratulations to senior Matthew Schaffner. You showed everyone how to be a Catholic High Rocket. And Matthew, good luck at the Air Force Academy. I know you'll do great things there. Well, that's it from the lacrosse team. On behalf of Mrs. Wilcox and the coaches, we'd like to thank Catholic High for the great support for the lacrosse team. Hope everyone is safe, healthy, and go Rockets.
Announcing the physical fitness team. As everybody already knows, that we were state champions. Our score was a 2280. We bested the other teams by 499 points. Individual state champions, first place, Caleb Shaw with a 480. We had Cole Mock with a 499. And we had Kenneth Rosette, third place with a 488. Unfortunately, regions and nationals were canceled due to the virus. So we're looking to go for gold 6 years in a row next year. We had 6 seniors, and give a shout out to the seniors: Caleb Shaw, Kenneth Rosette, Philip Carr, Sean Carter, Matthew Schaffner, and Ben Davis. So we're looking forward to a good year next year. Thank you.
Hey guys, you can see I'm recording this video from the field, and as I look around, I mean, I would be lying to you if I said that I wasn't at a loss for words. Missing out on this season is something I can't imagine. You know, I encourage you guys to embrace being a soccer player and to kind of know who you are and come out here and do your best to represent our school and yourselves, and then that opportunity was taken from you. And like I said, it's if I'm being honest with you guys, I've had to try to record this video more than once. Because I feel so bad for you guys. Like I've told you how much soccer has meant to me, and for you guys not to have a chance to play this year is tough. You know, I've known some of you guys for a very long time, and as much as I give you guys a hard time and pick on you, maybe it's picking on you, maybe it's not picking on you, I do consider every kid who's ever played soccer for me to be, like family almost, for lack of a better word. So, for us not to get to experience these things together is tough. Honestly, I don't think it would be fair for me to give out awards this year, because one of the beautiful things about the season is it gives players a chance to step up and do great things, and for me to try to make a prediction of who would have done that, it's not fair. I think everyone in our team, especially you seniors, I think you all had potential to do some great things this year. So like I said in a message to the team, going forward, we're going to create an award that we give out in honor of this year's season. I think next year, this experience will still be fresh on people's minds, but a couple years from now, it's going to be a story worth telling. And as years go by, it's going to serve as a reminder for players not to take a day of training or a minute of a game for granted. And it'll reshape how we experience sports. I was telling somebody, as competitive as I like to be, I would give anything right now just for us to get to play, win, lose, whatever. So, I think the best way to honor the sacrifice that you guys have made this year is going to be to remind future generations of Catholic High soccer players about what you guys had to live through, and encourage them to do their best to, as we always say, to represent themselves and our school and the program. So once this is all over, guys, we'll figure out a way to get together and do some sort of senior dinner or something like that. It's what I do every year, and it's what I owe you guys as well. Until then, guys, stay safe. Bye.
Hey guys, this is Coach Adam, the swimming and diving coach for Catholic. I hope you and your family are doing well right now. I'm glad to have a chance to talk to you about our season and give out some awards for our team. Our boys had a strong showing at districts, placing 4th, and we finished very strong at state, getting 7th place overall. All the swimmers and divers had a good season. We had lots of growth and development this year. I'm really proud of the character that they showed in and out of the pool. Special thanks go out to all the families and to the administration for all their continued support. I want to keep this short and sweet, so our first award will be for Rookie of the Year. This award goes to Parson Simons. Parson is a diver on our team, and he brought a spark to our season. It's not every day that you get a diver on our team, especially one that is as talented as Parson. He has been involved with diving for several years now, and his experience really shows. He scored so many points for our team over the season. I think his best performance this year was at state when he placed 12th against some wonderful competition. All the coaches remarked how well he performed as a true freshman. So congratulations, Parson. Our second award will be for Rocket Spirit. This award goes to a great guy who's always exemplified Rocket Spirit. He's been the guy who gets everyone fired up and ready to swim fast. His love for his school, and he really loves the school, and he's proud to let everyone know about it. He's always defined what it's like to be a Catholic high swimmer. for the last 4 years, and he bleeds for his school. He'll be sorely missed next year, and he is our only senior. I know the best is yet to come for him. So congratulations to Aiden Lively for being the winner of this year's Rocket Spirit Award. Our third award will be called the Rocket Perseverance Award. This award will be going to a swimmer that was injured early in the season. He was having multiple issues that was making it very difficult for him to practice and participate in the sport. I know it was an incredibly challenging time for him. He talked a lot about these challenges with me and how he was staying mentally focused so that he could come back. He kept his head in the game, and once he got back in the season, he made an immediate impact on the team. We're so glad to be able to get him back when we did. His character really shined during that time period. He placed 9th in the 100 breaststroke and 13th in the 50 free at state, and he played major roles on 2 relays. So at this time, I'd just like to say great job to Lawson Ashley for his dedication this season, and congratulations on getting the Rocket Perseverance Award. Our final award for the swim team will be for the most valuable swimmer. This award goes to a swimmer that has performed at a high level at every meet this season. He scored countless points in multiple meets and in a wide variety of events. He was that guy that you could put in any situation and you knew that you could count on him to deliver. He has always been solid in all his years of participating on the team. He's quiet with his demeanor, but he lets his actions in the pool speak for himself. Start to finish, he's had an amazing season, so I'm very pleased to say, Mikey Hathaway, congratulations on being the most valuable swimmer this year. Thanks again for all the support, and hope to see everybody real soon.
Hey guys, just wanted to say that the Catholic High tennis team had a great year again, won its 5th state title. Congratulations to the team. Jackson Davis, Jonathan Hart, Collier Allison, Andrew Dean, Tommy Henry, Wallace Allen, Harrison Cook, Rhodes Roberts, Jake Churin, Joshua Ramsey, Charlie Henry, Colin Hart, and Luke Strand. Also, the team, in winning its 5th state title, has kind of added to the banner in the room in the gym. And I'd also like to point out that Jackson Davis was All-State. He also is receiving the Leadership Award, and Jonathan Hart is receiving the Dedication Award and was an All-Conference player also. Also All-Conference is Collier Allison and Harrison Cook. Again, we're looking forward to having a great year next year. The boys are working hard, and appreciate everybody. Coach Izai, Mr. Stracely, the staff, the faculty, all the other coaches. You should be very proud of your tennis team. So, good luck. See ya in the fall, I hope. All right, go Rockets. Bye.
I'm Coach Fogelman, and we'll be going over the 2020 track season, and would like to start out by saying I'm sorry to not just the seniors of the track team or the baseball team or any other spring sport that got their season cut short, but the entire senior class as a whole that has to miss out on a few things. But nonetheless, we started out and we unfortunately only got to go to 1 meet. Some of our distance guys went to 2, and Coach Found will go over those with you in just a second. But the one thing about since we don't have any individual awards, what we can do is recognize all the guys that participated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over our sprinters and then turn it over to Coach Found, and she will cover our distance guys. So I'll start with our 100-meter guys, where Matthew Polk, one of our only 2 seniors in the sprinters, and Jack Currents. We had the 200, we had Nicholas Rodich and Ty Morris. Both competed well in the 200 in the Benton Invitational. We had Ben Floriani ran both the the 110 hurdles and the 300 hurdles and placed in both of those. And then our 4x100 relay team, led by Matthew Polk, Jack Currents, Camp Norris, and anchored by Jason Stith, came in fourth. Like I said, it's we're looking forward to a good season. These guys, particularly our two seniors, Matthew Polk, who's been running all 4 years, and then Nicholas Rodich, who joined us this year. They had a really good work ethic. They were down there practicing months before the first meet, and like I said as we started, sorry for all these seniors, but y'all are a great class, and just like everything else, you'll succeed. You'll put this behind you, and you'll look back on it and see what a unique experience you had. And so now here to talk about our mid-distance guys, Coach Found, who I've got to say does a great job, and what enthusiasm she's brought in to these guys, and how organized and dedicated these guys. Often they would be running on the weekends, running off campus, and doing a lot of things. So with further ado, Coach Found.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Found, volunteer assistant coach for cross country and track here at Catholic High. I want to start off first of all by thanking Coach Lawrence, Coach Fogelman, Mr. Ezai, and Mr. Stracely for giving me this incredible opportunity to work with these boys. Although our season was cut very short, which was very unexpected, we put in a lot of work this season, which shows great promise for our future. Our boys started practicing January 6th, sometimes in very undesirable conditions, sleet, rain, wind, and cold, but they got out here consistently and put in the work every single day. On February 29th, we went to Fayetteville, to the University of Arkansas, where we took 6 kids to run in the state indoor meet to compete against the best kids in the state of Arkansas. That was Cannon Crochet, Chip Fournier, Andrew Files, Luke Robbins, Elias Found, and Colin Keita. Each of them came away with a personal best in the distance in which they competed. 6 days later, we ran our first and only track meet outdoors of the season, taking 14 of our 16 boys. Unfortunately, 2 of them were homesick, but all 14 of the guys did really well in this first meet. We're disappointed for them that they didn't get to finish off the season, but just like money in the bank, we know that the work that they did was not for nothing, and we'll use that work later. I want to introduce the boys that competed this season. Our seniors, Mavita Matude, who will be moving on to bigger and greater things as he leaves for basic training this summer. He's joining the Army. Mavita, we wish you all the best, and thank you for your service. Our juniors, Canyon Crochet and Chip Fournier, our fearless team leaders who come out and have shown these younger kids through their great example and their work ethic what it takes to be successful in this sport. Alex DeHart, Colin Keita, Bratton Ashley, Andrew Dean, and Justin Kelso. Our sophomores, Andrew Files, Yolatli Carranza, Arden Simmons, and our freshmen, Jonathan Sturba, Colin Foley, Scott Massa, Luke Robbins, and Elias Found. This is a really great group of kids. We had so much fun. I look forward to coming to practice every day, being around them. It's not just a loss for the kids, but a loss for the coaches that we didn't get to have this season. But we want you all to know that through these challenges, you will be stronger on the other side. I guarantee you it. Thank you to the parents for giving me this chance to work with their kids and encouraging me and showing me so much support along the way. And really just thank you to the boys for putting their trust in me and believing in me as their coach. I hope you all have a great summer. Get ready to work hard because cross-country season is right around the corner.
Welcome to the 2020 Catholic High Wrestling Team portion of the All Sports Banquet. First, I'd like to thank, obviously, our coaches. I want to thank Coach Ake Fralin, Coach Matt Crawford, Coach Colin Chambers, and also a new coach, Jordan Robertson. Coach Robertson, we look forward to next year having you on board. Really appreciate all your support. Want to thank the parents on the Catholic High Wrestling Team. Our parents are the main source of support that makes us do all the great things that we do. So a really big shout out to all of our parents. Our team had a great season. First, I'd like to talk about a lot of the great things we did off of the mat. As usual, volunteer service hours. We completed over 200 hours this year throughout the team. Those hours included Christmas baskets for the Holy Souls, Thanksgiving and Christmas events, as well as support for the Settled Souls. We help these guys move some furniture and residents into their new homes. So proud of the team for all their accomplishments off the mat as well. Got 2 seniors that will be graduating this year, Tyler Pelletier and Kenneth Rosette. Best of luck to both of you. Both of them 4-year wrestlers with the program. Very instrumental in everything that we've done for the last 4 years in our wrestling program. Team performance, we had a great season. You know, we did have a smaller crew this year. Every time we would go to battle, we had basically 10 of the 14 wrestling weight classes, and we finished 8th in the state this year, which is a huge accomplishment. That means that everybody was performing and everybody was contributing. We finished 3rd in our conference, which was another great performance for the number of wrestlers that we had. We crowned 2 state champions. Congratulations to Jackson Smith at the 138-pound weight class and Kenneth Rosette at the 182-pound weight class. We had 2 medalists, Robert Pinter, 4th place at 113 pounds, and Jackson Dennis, 4th place at 145 pounds. So congratulations, and congratulations to everyone that competed at the state tournament, but also throughout the year, again, as we had a great season all the way up into the state tournament as well. We had 2 first-time lettermen on the team this year. Congratulations to Isaac Holman and also Miles Browning for earning their wrestling letters this year. For our awards, each year we hand out a leadership award. This year, leadership, obviously someone who leads our team by example, but also leads the team through spirit and performance. And our leadership award this year goes to Jackson Smith. Congratulations, Jackson. We also have our Best Wrestler Award, and that is the young man who demonstrates his wrestling capability every time we need them to come through and every time it's their turn to go out there and battle. This year's Best Wrestling Award goes to Kenneth Rosette. This year we had a tie for our Most Improved Wrestlers. It's always a hard one to pick because every year everybody's getting better. But this year we had a tie, and our Most Improved Award goes to Robert Pinter and Jackson Dennis. So congratulations, guys, on the Most Improved Award. And each year we have a award that we keep back at the wrestling room. It's called the Rocket Pride Award, and that award it's the young man who demonstrates not only leadership on the mat. Sometimes this gentleman might be the one who is doing more as far as motivating the team, overcomes challenges, and at the end of the day just continues to show their persistence and dedication to the program. And I'm happy to say this year's Rocket Pride Award goes to Tyler Pelletier. So thank everyone for their support this year. We look forward to a great season next year. We have a lot of our returning wrestlers coming back, and as always, we'll be competing for a state title in the AAA state tournament. Thank you.
At this time, it's my honor and privilege to introduce the winners of our, what we call our big awards. These are the awards that are nominated and voted on by the coaches and the administration. We have 5 awards. One is actually a football award, and we'll start with that one tonight. It's called the Francis A. Allen Award. This one's given to a young man from the football program who is very dedicated and loyal to the team and program. It's named after Francis Allen, who was a young man who just was very passionate about football. He loved the game of football. Didn't really ever play any organized ball, but just loved it. He worked for the Arkansas Gazette way back and died at a very early age. And Father Tribune and his parents came up with a way to honor his memory. And so that's when they came up with this award. I think we've been giving this one for around 40 years now. There's been some tremendous recipients. So this year, the Francis A. Allen Award is given for the dedication and inspiration to the Catholic High School football program. This year's winner is Collins Olamy. Collins Olamy. Great job, Colin. Very deserving, great young man. Next one is the Father Leo T. Sweeney Award. Back in the 1960s, Father Sweeney was our athletic director. He was a tremendous priest, tremendous man. I remember in 1969, I was a freshman here at Catholic High, and Father Sweeney was on his way home to visit family at Christmas and died in an automobile accident. And so Father Tribune came up with this award to honor his memory. And so we've been giving this one ever since 1970 in the spring. So the Father Leo T. Sweeney Award to the outstanding Christian athlete, exemplifying the spirit of Catholic high school. This year, I've been watching this young man for 4 years. Whether he's out there or not participating, he's pulling for his teammates, he's working as hard as he can, very loyal to the program, just unbelievable. And a super young man, very deserving award for William Monroe. Good job, William. It's a great young man right there. The next award is the Bishop J. Peter Sarton Award. Some of you remember Bishop Sarton. He came here, I think it was the late 1990s, early 2000s. Came from Memphis. His home parish involved Christian Brothers High School, which is an all-boys high school in Memphis. First thing he did was come here, and he fell in love with Catholic high school. We fell in love with him. He was at all the sporting events. You would see him everywhere. He'd come visit often, and Father Tribune came up with this award to honor him even before he left us. Unfortunately for us, fortunately for him, he was taken and moved to, I think, Chicago at the time, where he became an archbishop. So, but this award is given in his honor, and what a great man. For people that knew him, you know how great he was. This is the Bishop J. Peter Sarton Award. It's given to the Catholic athlete who exemplifies the finest attributes of athletic ability, leadership, and Christian living. This year's award winner, very deserving, Grant Smithson. Good job, Grant. The next award, once again, this one is to us a biggie, very important award. It's the Monsignor George W. Tribune Award. So what do you say? Catholic high school is Father Tribune. What a tremendous man. He was a teacher of mine. He was a boss of mine. He was a mentor of mine. And I think everybody that knew Father Tribune loved him and know how important he was as far as Catholic high is concerned. This year's award, once again, there was many, for all of these awards, there was many young men nominated. So we got together and came up with some very good choices. So this year's Monsignor George W. Tribune Award is given to the outstanding athlete who has excelled in academics, citizenship, and leadership. This year's award goes to Kenneth Rosette. Kenneth Rosette, very fine, deserving young man, a great young man right there. The last award, I'm a little partial to this one. I love this young man. It's given in honor of a multi-sport athlete, and this was one of the best we've ever had, in Garrett Heckman. Garrett, for those of you who remember, went on to play for the Arkansas Razorbacks. Garrett made the championship the winning basket in the championship basketball game in 2008. Tremendous young man, smiling all the time, hard worker, great student, just tremendous young man. First of all, I'm going to give a shout out to his parents. I know they're watching. His mom, Michelle, dad, Danny, and sister, Megan. They're usually here. They would be here tonight. When this thing's all over, I'm sure they'll want to get together and get some pictures. They take pictures with the winner every year, get some pictures with the winners of the award here. So this is given in honor of Garrett. It is, like I said, a multi-sport athlete. This year, we had some great nominees, but there were two that stood out. So this year we actually have a tie. And two tremendous young men who remind me so much of Garrett because they're hard workers, a classroom, out on the field or wherever they're at the time of the court, and just tremendous and deserving young men. And the first winner of the award will be Nathan Johnson. Nathan Johnson. Okay. Well, let me tell you what the award says. I guess that would be good. The Garrett Eggman Award is given to the outstanding multi-sport athlete who excels academically and displays the Catholic High model of faith, integrity, and duty. And so the other Garrett Eggman Award winner is Jordan Eddington. Jordan Eddington. So once again, what a great group of young men we have here. A great group, very deserving young men for all the awards tonight. Just want to thank all of you once again for being with us tonight. Wish we could have been together, but this is definitely the second best we could do. So, guys, I'm not going to have you get up and put the tables against the wall, the chairs against the wall, and throw away the trash tonight, but help your mom clean up the kitchen, clean up after your mess tonight while you've been watching the program. So, once again, seniors, good luck to all you guys, and hopefully the rest of you will see you again next year. Thank you.